fourth down on is Dustin Colquitt to kick this away. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. This is taken at the 15. Nice job bringing that one back. 14 on the return. And the Broncos take over. First down and 10. And Denver getting set to take the field. And after the field goal last time, let's see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them want to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it. Way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you met fan bases that wanted that, that weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick, other than the extra point. That's it.
Now a shotgun snap as they look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. A Bronco first down there, 12 yards on the play.
Like so many tight ends nowadays, they have no problem at all putting him in the slot and letting him go to work, and that's a nice pitch and catch right there for a first down.
All right, here we go. 3-19.
Now a play fake here on first down. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Zadarius Smith. He's the one that got to him. He takes him down for a loss of 9.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front. Nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Now let's go. 3-19.
Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. Looking left side, it's complete. He's got it. And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a third down. And he's top 5 in the league in terms of receiving yardage because of plays like that. What have you seen from him on film that you like so much?
Well, I'll strip away everything else and get to what we call the moment of truth. When the ball's arriving and there's a defender there, he just comes down with the ball. He competes and takes it away. Great hands, great ability to finish the catch.
And he's got the first down yardage as he takes it down to the 49. It's a 9-yard gain, and it keeps the drive moving.
We always talk about having to read defenses and how complicated that is. Well, this was an excellent read. Read the pressure and got rid of the football before it even got to him for a nice game.
And when they're blitzing like that, running back usually a good spot to go with the football?
Without a doubt, because he's right in your sight line or he's near you. So you're able to just get it to him easily. And once he gets in space, that's usually a good matchup for him.
He'll drop to throw. Looking left side, he's got it, complete. He's up to 87 yards receiving now, and it's a first down.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
All right, here we go. 3-19. 3-19.
They go play action here on first down. And it pops free. The collision there jarred the ball loose and brings up second down.
That would have been a great catch, but it's real difficult to hold on to it because it was contested all the way. Would have been a great play if he'd been able to haul that one in.
Back to throw now on 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. First catch for him. It's good for a dozen and a first down. This quarterback now 12 of 16 thus far. It's 1st and 10.
All right, here we go. Green, 39.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw. Wide open receiver, complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. 11 more on that one, and another first down. Broncos with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hurry up, here
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
And maybe they were coming with a blitz that time, and it caused a jump.
I think if we saw it, you know that they saw it. Might have been a
first
little
down.
discussion down there. Bad guys coming. Pick them up. Pick them up. And someone jumped.
A false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw again. Fights free at the 5. His throw caught at about the 5. Back-to-back 11-yard gains, and they've got another first down. And just a small glimpse there as to why they like this rookie so much.
And that's why they lit up a little bit in our meetings with the coaching staff, didn't they?
Yeah, when we talked about him, they did.
Yeah, you know, they like his work ethic. You know, this guy's running every route well in the route tree and getting better at it all the time, really honing his game. They expect a pretty good jump out of him as things continue to move on.
First target, first catch, and a first down.
When the offense reads blitz, doesn't matter where it's coming from, tight ends know that they become a big part of the passing game because they should be an easy outlet when all those extra bodies are trying to get to the quarterback. A hot route, so to speak.
Here we go now. Boom, landed.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
Maybe anticipating a blitz, and they jumped.
Yeah, and if we saw it, you know that they saw it. The bad guys might have been coming on that
first
play.
down.
Had to pick them up, and they jumped.
And they'll try again here, 1st and goal after the false start. They come up in an offset eye.
Green 39.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And this is caught for a Bronco touchdown. Jake Butt with his second touchdown of the game, number 7 on the year. And the Broncos are in for 6. Now he's having a nice little first half here, partner.
And it's a first half that leaves us anticipating what can still come. I mean, 2 touchdowns already here through the second quarter. There could be plenty more before this game is over.
Now McManus for the extra point. Extra point from McManus is good. And it's now 17-14. So that drive spans 13 plays. And it ends with a Denver touchdown. This will be fielded at the 6. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They punted last time they had it. What steps, Charles, do you think they have to take to make sure they don't do that again?
Well, let's just go to the football 101, the trade expression 101. Win first down. Make 5, 6, 7 yards on first down and make it a 2nd and 3, 2nd and manageable. Keep accumulating first downs that way. Keep moving the football. You don't want to get behind the sticks because then the defense has the advantage.
It'll be a loss of a yard, and it'll be 2nd and 11. Under 4 to go now as the clock runs, and they come up on 2nd down. Back to throw. Murray. They'll set up the screen to McCaffrey, and he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. So the screen good for only 2. Now it's 3rd down. To throw on 3rd down. Murray. He'll drop it off to McCaffrey. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. A nice pick up there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Looking to throw. Murray firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down. On first down, Murray dancing to his left. Sideline throw, it's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes inbounds. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. Kyle Fuller, the one to make the tackle.
He's definitely tough to get down. We just saw it right there. But how about what we did see? Pursuit, wrap up, and then the big finish with the tackle.
This is 3rd and 1. Very likely 4-down territory, even if they don't get it, though. Another run, this time McCaffrey. That is not going to be any help as they dump him behind the line of scrimmage. All right, coming up at intermission. Charles, you want to wait to enhance your Saturday?
I certainly do.
I've got just a thing for you. It's the coach, Jonathan Coachman, standing by Orlando. He'll be alongside at half to take us through the weekend in the NFL. And with that last field goal, that puts him now at 300 made on his career, and that is something to celebrate.
And that puts him in the top 30 all time. So he's really made a mark, and he's got plenty of life left in that leg, that's for sure.
So we're right back where we started, all even as the kick's away. And here comes a big tight end as he gets set for this next drive. And what can they do to better account for him? Because they haven't accounted for him well so far as we see here on your screen.
They may have to draw up coverages they haven't run so far. They have to create something on the fly because he's beaten everything. And when you watch this game unfold, you keep thinking to yourself, is it 2 men, 3 men, maybe even a 4th guy may have to go and account for him. But right now, he's shredding the defense.
Yeah, 2 touchdowns, over 100 yards. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. The completion good for 3, and it's 2nd down.
And, partner, I think that's a great example that not all tight ends are created equal. Because everything was right. Got the completion, but he's not one of the more dynamic guys in the league. So even though he caught it, couldn't turn it into much more.
They'll set up a throw. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. He got 29 yards that time. On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. He goes underneath to Ingram. And they'll be inside the 35 now at the 34-yard line. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. That last catch short of the marker by just a yard leaves him with a very manageable 2nd and 1.
Now let's go. 3-19. 3-19.
They'll look to throw. Over the middle and into the hands of his receiver Moore. Now the Broncos going to use the 2nd of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
Now let's go. Blue line it.
Back to throw here. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Tavon Young. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, this had trouble written all over from the start. He's got 2 extra defensive backs in the game he's got to deal with. They're in a dime set. So everywhere he's looking, he's seeing a different color jersey. And sure enough, this one winds up being intercepted.
And now out comes Houston. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted. And we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they've got to make sure they load him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put... It got his man complete. A big play there just before halftime. And even 50 yards. First down now, but that clock rolling.
Gone, 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 gone.
On 1st and 10, Murray. He's going to launch this thing way downfield. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining. So 2nd down and 10. Once again, they'll go from the 40.
Lucky 56. All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56.
To throw again. Murray. Flush to his right. And this one taken in on the right sideline, but not in the field of play. They say it's incomplete. The throw led him a little too far. It brings up 3rd down. So now 3rd and 10. A big play to start the drive, but nothing since.
Gone, 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 gone.
From the gun, Murray. And the Broncos get there and take him down. Now whistles and a timeout with 3 seconds left in the first half. And we are back here. I'm Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. So the offense takes the timeout. And now we're set to get going. And likely time for one final play here in the half, so they will go for it on 4th down.
All right, now, lucky 56. Lucky 56. Gone, 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 gone.
A final shot before break. Murray, he's going to go for... Got a man, it's caught inside the 10. And he's in for the touchdown on the final play of the first half. The prayer is answered.
How did they get that done?
So they grabbed the lead just before half with a clock reading 0-0-0.
How about snatching things right at the end and grabbing a little bit of control? What a great way to go into the locker room. It's similar to a boxer flurrying in the last 30 seconds of a round and stealing the round. Great job.
Extra point try now for Succop. Extra point up and good by Succop. So we've come upon halftime here in Week 17. As we send you on out to our studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman at REA Sports Halftime Report.
All right, Brandon, thank you very much. Happy New Year, everybody. Welcome into our EA Sports Halftime Report. A busy final day of the regular season, so let's get to it. We'll start down in Texas, as it's the New York Football Giants on the road to take on Houston. And they've just gone to halftime with the Giants out on top. Saquon Barkley, a touchdown run in that first half. From there, it's off to Tampa to check on the Bucs at home, Raymond James Stadium. And they've got the lead at halftime over the visiting Carolina Panthers. Taywan Taylor, a touchdown catch in that first half. Finally, let's get over to Carson, see what's happening with the Chargers at home at the StubHub Center. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. The Chargers trying to finish that one off and claim victory. Meanwhile, in our game, no shortage of offense as each team has been able to move the ball effectively. Will the defenses show up in the second half? To find out, we give it back to our commentators, Brandon Gaudin and Charles Davis.
Okay, Coach, appreciate it. A one-touchdown game here as we get set to resume play in the second half. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This one taken from the 7. And a nice return sets him up pretty good here at the 30-yard line. And now out comes Houston. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6. Separating from the gun. Murray forced out to his left. And that one goes incomplete. He's maybe lucky it wasn't a fumble as he got hit as he threw it.
It's nothing like pressure to affect the accuracy and the timing of a guy trying to throw the football. And on that play, they ended up flushing him to his left, contacted him as he's trying to throw the football, and that led to the incompletion.
And this offense on third down today, they've hit it 50%, 3 of 6 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. Murray now, and he connects with Ebron. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. That'll put him at 66 receiving yards now for the game, and he's got a first down. On first down, they go option to the right. And he's got it across midfield and into Denver territory. 9 yards on the first down. Keeper in at 2nd and 1.
Well, if you're going to run the read option, typically, you've got to keep an eye on the defensive end.
And what does that mean? What are you looking for with a defensive end?
Well, you want to play off of what he does. If he collapses inside towards the running back, then you pull it and take it yourself outside in. If he stays outside, you go ahead and leave it with the running back. In this case, pulled it and got good yardage himself.
And he'll get it down here to the 43. Off the play fake. Murray. And it's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
I remember a coach telling me a long time ago the difference between playing corner and safety in the NFL. Corner is like the Autobahn. Everybody just flying by, and these corners have been really busy in this game, although they got it done on the last play.
On the last play, yes, but there have been some good numbers put up against them offensively. They'll give it up to McCaffrey, and that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. It's a loss of 2, now 3rd down.
That's a tough one right there. He ran right into the teeth of the blitz as the linebacker was freed up in order to stuff that one for a loss. I think quarterbacks got to see that. Got to find a way to audible into something a little more advantageous.
Back to throw. Murray. Hard throw. Incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. And this won't get there. Won't be online either. It's no good. Off to the right. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, he'll be disappointed with that effort.
2 sides to every coin. This is the bad side of missing the 58-yarder. Now they start at the 48. Wallman will run it. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Throwing right, and that's complete. And he showed a nice little juke, but then the window quickly closed. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 4 times out of 6. Not bad. This will be 3rd and 6.
Hurry up, here we go.
Now back to throw. That's complete. Middle of the field to Humphreys. And past the 35, he'll be dropped a yard or 2 shy of the 30. That one going for a gain of 11 and a Bronco first down.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Throws a quick hitter on the slant. That's complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
Nothing fancy on first down, but a very consistent type of a play. Hit that slant. A lot of people call it an extension of the running game, and it can be if that pass is completed, because you hit a guy on the run like that, he often can go for big yardage.
Sets him up nicely for 2nd down, staying ahead of schedule. And he'll be a couple yards shy of the red zone here at the 22-yard line. Only a gain of a yard, but that's all they needed, as that's going to move the chains.
Sometimes with the running game, you've just got to stick with it. Look, it's the third quarter, no time to panic. But that also doesn't mean you just do it the same way you've been doing it the entire ball game. Maybe change up some blocking assignments or run a few different plays, but stay with the overall essence of the running game.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
Anytime a defense can sit back in a zone like that, it tends to create a lot of congestion in the middle of the field. Makes it very hard to slot one in.
Looks like I-4 at rush hour in your hometown of Orlando, Florida. An absolute mess. And that'll be incomplete.
It's a lot of contact going on there, and in the end, unable to keep two hands on the football and bring it into his body.
Works with
Everything looked pretty good until the finish. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
The pressure drops off as they'll look to throw. They go screen. This is Ingram. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down.
They dialed up the screen pass on 3rd down, and for a second it looked like it was all going to come together, and they had a chance to pick up a first down, but the defense got there and finished it off.
And McManus able to put it through, and that'll bring them back within 4. So a decent drive there to start the 3rd quarter. They only salvaged 3 out of it, but they inch a bit closer.
Yeah, but still lots of time to go in this one. That's why you hear that clapping on the sidelines, right? Hey, got some points. As you said, inching their way back in. Time left to go out and get that victory.
This is taken at his 4. And he's up across the 25 and down at the 28-yard line.
Yes.
And now out comes Houston. And the last go-around for them, they tried that really, really long field goal, couldn't connect.
And in retrospect, I think a lot of people would say, well, why would you try one that long? You hurt yourself in field position. The ball comes out, there. That only helps the other team. But I look at it as maybe it's a double shot of confidence. Confident the kicker could make it. And even if he missed, confident in their defense that they could hold him.
2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. And he'll slip his way up across the 30 to the 32. Just a couple on the ground there, and that's going to bring up 3rd and about 6.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like...
He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off by the corner, Bradley Roby. And what a return as he brings this all the way back down to the 20-yard line.
Brandon, these cornerbacks have their hands full all afternoon long, but they finally get a measure of revenge as he gets himself in a nice spot. He's able to get 2 hands on the football and pick it off.
And Denver getting set to take the field. And last time able to get 3. It's not what they wanted. They wanted 6, but they got at least something. They mustered something out of the drive.
They'll take it. I like the way you described it. Not ideal, but they'll take it. Anything to put some points on the board. But this time on offense, they don't even want to see the field goal kicker trot on the field. They want that ball in the end zone.
Yeah, they'll be going for 6. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. And that is incomplete here. It was a safety, Kevin Byard, that time, who was able to knock it away. The turnover put them in great field position. They don't want to squander it with 3rd down coming up.
No, not at all. And you know what else you do? You make your defense mad.
Yeah.
They got you the football, gave you a great opportunity. You got to cash in and get some points.
Back to throw. Open man is Taylor. He's got it. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
All that practice time came to fruition on that play. All those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, minicamp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Hey, 80's yours, 80's yours. Here we go now.
They'll set up to throw. And incomplete. He dropped it in the end zone.
When you get your backs in the shadow of your goal line, you've got to be physical in that situation because there's not a whole lot of space, not a lot of wild plays that can be run there.
That's put up or shut up time. Defensively, nice job just to make sure they didn't complete it on that play. They get it to him running left. And he will take it in for a Bronco touchdown. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Broncos use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6. And there you go. Nothing really too complex. Block, keep your assignments, let them run it in. They did it.
Fundamental football. Good blocking, beats good tackling on that play. End result, touchdown.
McManus now for the extra point. McManus's point after is good, and that gives him a 3-point lead. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This will be fielded at the 6. And he'll take it past the 25 and up to the 28-yard line. Now we get a peek at the captain of this offense heading back out there. He's likely still kicking himself from the interception last drive that wound up leading to a go-ahead score.
And he's going to assume all that came with that one, all right? That's all on him, but he also knows he's got to erase it from his mind and get back out there. This drive, very important.
And they work this well upfield across the 45. An ideal beginning of the drive there as they'll get 20 and a first down.
Any team that successfully runs a toss play cannot do it with an offensive line that can't move. You've got to have mobile players, especially those tackles, who can move laterally and seal the edge in order for the back to get upfield.
Back to the ground on first. It's McCaffrey. So he got free of one tackle but couldn't do a whole lot else. Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
Buying time to his left. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. And that one results in 35 yards.
On any given pass play, you never know exactly where your exit points are going to be. On this play, he was flushed to his left, still on the run, able to accurately throw the football for a nice first down.
So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down.
Hurry up, here we go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
And that's one he's got to be happy to have back. There wasn't a hole open in the zone.
You'd have to think on early downs like that first down there, need to be a little bit more careful.
Yeah, fortunately for him, got a couple more downs to play with.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down.
Let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing again. Murray. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And they'll lose yardage here. Knocked back to the 19-yard line. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
They completed the screen on the perimeter, but boy, that was textbook defense. Exactly as you're taught to play against a wide receiver screen, and they snuffed it out for a loss of yardage.
The last catch took him 2 yards in the wrong direction, so now what can they do on 3rd? Here's Murray. And he's in. Touchdown, Houston. As his guys are in for 6, and his guys are able to strike for 6. Great corner route there, not only able to catch it, turn it upfield, and get into the end zone.
It usually involves a little bit of an extra move, doesn't it? You've got to get them thinking that you're moving to the middle of the field, and you're breaking away to that corner. Boy, that was well executed.
Suckup for the extra point. Extra point put through by Suckup. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the result, a Houston touchdown. out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And to no one's surprise here in Denver, that'll carry through the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the field general leading his offense back out there for the next possession. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know
nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Zadarius Smith in there to make the sack. He buries him for a loss of 10.
Well, so much for setting the tone of the drive offensively. Giving up a big sack that loses that kind of yardage, not a great start.
Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now. After the sack, it's 2nd and 20.
Now let's go. 3-19.
He'll look to throw. Trucks through him.
Oh, man, right through him.
They'll get nothing out of that one, and it's going to lead to a 3rd down.
And that's when it's fun to play defense. When you're able to diagnose a play right from the beginning, get all your guys to the football, and spill the play, that's when you have a lot of fun playing on that side of the ball.
They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all, and now they're looking at 3rd down here.
Green 39.
And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
Oh, jumping early from his tight end spot. Maybe trying to get a jump start on that route.
Yeah, I think you're exactly right about that. And oftentimes when you see that, that means the play call was supposed to come in his direction, and he was eager to go catch a pass.
So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long.
Here we go now. Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll look to throw here. Quick hitter here. It's complete. And they'll bring him down here up at about the 22-yard line. They get 12 yards back, but it still leads to a 4th and long. And with that last play, he's now up over that 300-yard mark.
And in today's NFL, it almost feels routine. And I hate that when you talk about a 300-yard passing game. To me, 300 yards still signifies excellence, and he's achieved that in this performance.
A good return there. Call it 13 yards. And possession will switch hands. 1st and 10. And now out comes Houston. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
The 4th down run successful. Now they look to pay it off on 1st down. Throwing on 1st down. Murray, quick hitch, complete. It's Higgins. And he'll get nothing out of that one. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
Well, that was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. Had the completed pass, but for no gain, stopped right at the line, so it's 2nd and 10. 1 quarter remains here as the regular season starts to wind down. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Welcome back now to Denver as we're about ready to rock and roll for the 4th and final quarter. To throw on 2nd down. Murray firing quickly here, and that's complete. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. The offense on 3rd down, they've hit on half of them, 5 for 10. This will be 3rd and 6. From the gun, Murray. Ebron with it over the middle. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. That'll put him at 77 yards receiving for the ball game. It's a 1st down.
Now let's go. Blue 90.
on first down. Murray. And look at this. They get the turnover they needed. It's intercepted. Picked off by Kyle Fuller. And his guys are going to get the football at the 23-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the fourth.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the fourth quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the fourth quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Set. 3-19.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. And he's got his man on the out route. And he'll get this up to the 34-yard line. A gain of 11 to kick off the drive, and it's a quick first down.
But it appears that they read man defense and went to the out route, and what you have to do in that one is the receiver's got to make sure he works the defender towards the middle of the field to give himself space to cut to the outside and have that ball delivered with good timing, and they got it done.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
And right now I take my rudimentary kindergarten skills and draw where the tackle box would be, because that was close. I thought he was in the tackle box. He has to be very careful where he gets rid of the football from that spot.
Yeah, they say there was a receiver in the area, though.
Yeah. There's always a receiver in the area.
And brought down, but not before reaching the 45-yard line. A 10-yard pickup, and it's enough for a Broncos first down.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you just swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
And nearly picked off. Surprising to see a defender of his caliber let it get away, but it does get away, and it's second down. I guess they're in a situation now, fourth quarter, where they're forced to take some chances, but I don't know that that was the type of a chance you want to take.
And that one could very easily have been intercepted. And if it does get picked off, that could possibly seal this one.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. And too much juice. It'll be out of bounds, incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of, otherwise he was going to get sacked.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions.
Blue 90. Blue 90.
They'll drop to throw. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. And now out comes Houston. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here.
Well, Brandon, pace comes into play now because they've got the advantage. They've got the football, but they've got to be very careful about what speed they're going to play. You know, my music teacher back in New Paltz, Mrs. Bythema Bagley, used to say, don't go prestissimo when you really want to go largo. And what she meant by that is don't go too fast when you really want to go at a nice, slow, deliberate pace.
I am speechless. I am without speech. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10.
Let's go.
Pitching it out to McCaffrey. And he'll be limited to a short gain up to about the 34-yard line. 3 yards on the pickup there, and it'll be second down. Offensively with the lead, you want to run the ball, keep the clock going, but you also want to still kind of be in attack mode too, right? So how do you do that and not come back on your heels?
Think about all the practices we've watched where they have that tempo period to go over things just like this, where they describe the scenario, tell you what they're looking for, and make sure that they're still attacking, yet at the same time not going so fast as to leave too much time on the clock.
A second down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
It's a tried-and-true formula, and I don't think it'll change for as long as we play football. If someone's trying to throw the ball and you can put pressure on them and make it tough, That's only going to help your defense.
Yeah, he's since being hurried. He got rid of it before taking the hit. He'll be brought down by the Broncos. It's a sack. And they weren't in zone coverage. They were in man, and each man did his job.
And that looked like vintage, old-school coverage, didn't it? Man coverage reminded me of an old Raiders team. They had a Hall of Famer at one corner and a Defensive Player of the Year at the other, and they just locked people down.
Here's Dustin Colquitt now, as he'll kick it away for the second time. He'll send this one into the mile-high air, and it's a good one. It'll be a net of 39, 41-yard punt, 2 on the return. And out will come the offense as they take over. And coming out now, the Broncos. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
Oh, fighting off the defender. And he'll be hit from behind and taken down.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
Well, they're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
He'll drop to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. A huge play there for Denver. 43 yards. Well, we haven't been shortchanged on offense. Another fun play to watch there on the deep pass.
This game has the feel of, what, a turkey bowl, a Thanksgiving day. You know, when we get together this year and the Davises and the Gaudens get together, that's what our playbook's going to look like they're drawing them up in the dirt, and so far it's working for both of them.
All right, here we go. Green 39.
Now on first down, he'll drop to throw it. He couldn't quite hold it. Got hit. Ball pops out, incomplete. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right?
Yeah.
Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
False start, offense.
And that'll set him back 5.
Still second down.
And that false start penalty certainly not helping their cause here. 2nd down and long.
Set. Green 39. Green 39.
Now they'll throw here out of the gun. And a quick throw here, that's complete. And he'll go down here at the 35-yard line. That catch good for 5. It's 3rd down. The Broncos on 3rd down. They've converted 6 times and could use a 7th here. This is 3rd and 10.
Hang on now. Green 39. Green 39.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. Oh, no, he lost the football.
On plays like this, when the ball comes free, it's often unusual for the team that lost it to get it back. Because this is the quarterback. The ball gets away from him. Everyone else is trying to execute what they're supposed to do on offense. They're usually looking in the other direction, downfield, or have moved away from him. In this case, though, a teammate is able to come up with the ball.
And now out comes Houston. Right now clinging to a 1-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays that are going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs, and the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead.
One play has him to the 37 here for 1st and 10.
Hurry up, here we go. Blue.
Off the bootleg. Murray. Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 17 yards on the pickup there, and the drive will continue. This is something you got to be wary of defensively. I mean, just because they're in the mode of trying to burn some clock doesn't mean they won't pass it, and they got good yardage out of that one.
Yeah, and really, when you're looking at it, now they've got a fresh set of downs. Look for second down. If they want to take another shot and try and loosen things up, that'd be the time to do it.
They'll run it now out of the gun. That's going to go as a loss of a yard, and it'll be second down. The fourth quarter here, they've got the lead. They want to keep it on the ground. That's what they're doing.
Smart football. Keep the clock grinding. Keep it going. But you got to figure now, they're going to see more people stacked up at the line of scrimmage as they try and bleed it out.
Clock continuing to run. They'll probably wind this all the way before snapping it on second down.
3-19.
Looking to throw on second down. Murray, step, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Akeem Hicks, able to drop him for a loss of 4. Time for a break. We're back to see what happens after this. So it's our visitors with a football as we get you reset. They're facing a critical third down now as they try to hold on to this lead. Now, this is a big third down, and you'd have to think we'd see a timeout right away if they can't stop him here.
Now let's go. Green 39. Green 39.
Throwing on third and long. Murray got his man complete over the middle. It's Reynolds. So fresh out of the 2-minute warning, and here's another timeout taken with 1:55 remaining. The defense, they got a little bit of a breather. Now they're back and set as we resume play. They're not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10.
Here we go now.
This is McCaffrey on the give. Trying to turn the corner, but he's going to be stopped right near the line of scrimmage. And now we're going to get a timeout defensively. So another stop, 1:50 left in the football game. Another running situation on the doorstep as they come up 2nd and 10.
Hurry up, here we go.
Again, they run. Again, it's McCaffrey. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Seventh play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on third down. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. It's a loss of a full 3 yards, and it brings up 4th down.
Hey, a lot of points have been scored in this game, but what a nice play by the defense. Stepping up on that one, maybe they'll get things going in their direction after a play like that.
And Suckup will put this one right through, and that'll make this a 7-point game. Now, from a defensive perspective, though, I think maybe they're saying, hey, we did what we needed to do, kept this a one-score game.
Yeah, without a doubt, because they were able to bleed some time off the clock, right? Put themselves in a good position, but it's not out of reach yet, okay? Being able to hold them to a field goal means that they do have a chance to come back and win this game.
And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line. And Denver getting set to take the field. They're down here in a one-score game, but the time, it's a factor, but it's not a huge factor right now, is it?
It's really not, because this amount of time gives them a chance to run their offense, to go through play sequences. And this is what they work on every week in practice, usually on a Friday. They go over this type of a situation, late-game situation. What are we going to do when we have the opportunity? They've called these plays a bunch of times. Now's their chance to execute them.
Yeah, they have the opportunity now. Here's the execution. Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete.
Work with me, partner. Take a deep breath, because that's what they're doing down the field now. That incompletion allowed them to exhale a little bit. Get in the huddle, kind of scan the crowd, see if any celebrities are here. Relax a little bit as they start this big drive.
Back to throw. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's third down. So back-to-back incompletions, now 3rd and 10. And first things first, before you think about marching the ball down the field, you got to move the chains.
You're exactly right. Got to get back into focus here. Get the first down. That's what's vital to them.
Here we go now.
They'll look to throw. And now another one thrown incomplete. This defense looking impenetrable now. 3 straight incompletions are giving him nowhere to go with the football. Maybe a little frustrated back there.
Oh, there's no doubt about it. When you've missed on 3 straight, there's going to be some frustration. But now he's got to make sure that that frustration is temporary, not lingering. Big throw coming up.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Set. Green, 39. Green.
He's back to throw. And this is caught. He hits more. And they're able to get this one across the 35. They keep the game alive, at least for the moment, as it's a first down. And movement by one of the Broncos up front, and in comes the flag.
False start, offense.
And that'll be accepted, of course, and that moves them back 5.
Still first down.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Here we go now.
He'll look to throw. He's going to let it fly. And, oh, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 33. And his guys are going to take over at the 34-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. It put their defense in a really tough spot.
From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. They will take the knee here, and they will finish this regular season with a victory. A lot of scoring. There's no doubt about that in this one, Charles. Points, they were not at a premium. They were pretty easy to come by.
They were, but it was fun, wasn't it? Because both teams finding ways to click. And you know people who love this game, they also love baseball games that are 14-11 with 3 or 4 home runs mixed in.
So for our visitors, they will indeed finish over 500 at 9-7. And that is maybe not exactly what they were hoping for, but a better than average season nonetheless. Meanwhile, for Denver, they go out with a bit of a whimper as they wrap up a very trying 3-13 season. And this front office will have plenty of work to do in the draft and through free agency to turn this ship around. And for Charles Davis and our entire crew here at EA Sports, I'm Brandon Gaudin saying so long, everybody.